Okay students, so let's understand today the one of the very important topic student, that is of your nervous tissue point, that is going to be the reflex action and the reflex arc. So what is the students reflex action and what is reflex arc? Let's understand in detail within 10 minutes. So students, we know that students in our body there are going to be lots of different types of processes happening, and those all process involves the functioning of the brain and the spinal cord and the nerves, because messages are going to be transferred through these parts only, okay, all around our body, that will be responsible for taking up the signals from the surrounding, any sort of signals, and then analyzing it and then giving the response. But sometimes students, what happens, our body, okay, is not having that much time to respond. Say example, some dangerous condition is there, say example fan is falling down, okay, and you just see it. So what will happen? Your body will instantly move. It will not take, okay, enough time to process, to think whether this, okay, fan is falling down and it will be falling down, okay. If your brain will be thinking like this, analyzing like this, it will take time and that can damage our body. So students, sometimes the actions that will be taking, okay, our body will be responding to those particular, we can say, situations in very fast manner, rapid way. So those actions of our body, students, are known as reflex actions. Right, one of the important example again, students, is going to be when we touch any hot pan, so our hand is going to be moving instantly, okay. Our brain will not be thinking whether, okay, this is the hot pan, okay, it can burn my hand, it will not be happening, okay. Just we will be touching the hot pan and our hand is going to be like this. So these types of action, students, in dangerous situation that happens, okay, very swiftly, very rapidly, are known as your reflex actions, okay. So students, how they happen, let's see. So first of all, students, in a reflex action, what we can see, its definition, right? So reflex action, students, are going to be spontaneous, automatic, okay, mechanical responses to the stimulus, okay. And in this particular, students, like spontaneous action, what will be happening? A sudden action is going to be done, okay, sudden action, and that will be a response to the environmental stimulus. So definitely sudden action is happening inside by our body. So definitely that is going to be a dangerous situation that can harm our body. So we require a swift, rapid action. Okay. So now what happens, students? First of all, in this whole process, okay, there will be receptors. So the receptors are present, students, okay, over the sense organs. So we are having sense organs just like our eyes, nose, okay, skin. Then we are having our ears and the tongue. So these are the sense organs. On sense organs, students, we have receptors. So these receptors, students, they will be receiving the signal from the surrounding, any sort of signal, okay, that can be dangerous, okay, in this case especially if we talk about the reflex action, because our body will be giving sudden response to that. So students, these receptors are present in the sense organs. So these receptors in the sense organ, they receive the signal. That signal, students, will be traveling through the sensory neurons. These sensory neurons, students, are also known as your afferent neurons, and spelling will be starting with the A, okay. So your sensory neurons or the afferent neurons. So these neurons, students, they will be carrying the signal from the receptor or the sense organ to the spinal cord. At this time, students, brain will not be involved. So in this particular message will not be traveling to the brain, and our spinal cord will be taking the action directly. Because if spinal cord is sending this message to the brain, then it can take time and that can harm our body, okay. So message will not be sent to the brain, right. So the sensory neurons or the afferent neuron, student, they will be taking this particular message to the spinal cord. Inside in spinal cord, students, we are having the interneurons. These interneurons are also known as your association neurons, students. So these association neurons will be joining the sensory neurons or the afferent neurons with your motor nerves or motor neurons or your afferent neurons. This time spelling will be starting, students, with the E. So afferent neurons, okay. So these association neurons, students, that are present in the spinal cord, they will be joining this sensory nerve that is taking up the signal from the receptors, sense organs, with the motor nerves, and these motor nerves or the afferent neurons, students, they will be carrying the response signal okay, that our body need to do some response to the muscles. So our muscles are going to be, students, there, these muscles are going to be the effector organs. So these motor nerves from the spinal cord, they will be coming to the muscles and they will say muscle that do something, okay, quickly respond to this particular situation is dangerous, and these effector organs, students, muscles, they will be giving the response, right? So these particular your effector organs or the muscles, they will be giving the response. So in this way, student, this whole process of reflex action will be happening, okay. Now students, second point that comes is going to be reflex arc. So reflex arc, now it becomes very easy, students, to understand. Reflex arc is nothing but it is going to be the path that will be taken by the nerve impulses, okay, during the process of your reflex action. So during reflex action, students, the path that is going to be taken up by the nerve impulses to deliver the response, that path is known as reflex arc. It means the first thing is going to be, students, receptors that are present in the sense organs, okay. After that, students, the sensory neuron is going to be there, that will be taking message to the spinal cord. Then from spinal cord, student, message will be coming to the muscles and muscles will be responding. So this whole path from receptor to the effector, right? Sense organ, receptor, then your sensory nerves, then your spinal cord, then your association neuron there. They will be joining with the motor neurons, then the muscles, and then the response. So this whole path that is there, students, this is known as your reflex arc. So reflex action, the sudden action is spontaneous action that our body takes in like dangerous situation to protect our body from that situation, and the path that will be taken by the nerve impulses to deliver that response, that path is known as your reflex arc. So that's it, students, for your reflex action, the reflex arc. Let's meet in next wonderful session with an important another topic, okay. Till then, keep studying, keep growing. Bye bye.